Oh, hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good night. I hope you're having a good time in Ultra Space as well. Some timeless zone where maybe you out with this video. I'm not really after viewers, maybe, who knows? The only viewers I really want are those who are helping influencers, and I really hope to to see influencers sharing a credit to create mansions into villages in the world so the world can be seen with a technological global map for the universal understanding and values that can run through our new system where we can collaborate with each other to create our mansion into a village that already exists, and there are people who will show us where it's going back to nature and then coming back here as well. There are many immigrants that have grown in other continents for many generations. It's time to bring tribute to all those places that maybe we have taken by misunderstandings. Most of us will think to be white or black or Asian or of a certain color or race. And it is good to protect our culture. But anyways, I think it would be nice to see one leader for each culture and then university sort of like university school and sort of like place where it also has uh, its own memory for artificial intelligence and influencers helping each other as well throughout that culture that is a continent for each continent and culture, because there are cultures that are also blended through cultures and lands, as in the Sahara. There were people there before the Muslim. There were nomads and fascinating stories from all around the world that I would really love to support just one day. Just visit them so they are honored. I don't think it's easy to come to this conclusion. And we will be being ourselves and enjoy the way. I mean, would it change that I paint this room yellow? So, but it does help me to put the shelves and the books out of the boxes. It's going to be a beautiful summertime, just painting and showering in water, showering in water. Be nice to jump in the Mediterranean. So I don't think Donald Trump should get the credit of the greatest mediation in history. I mean, what a copyright. Has been working behind the stages that I have seen for a long time. So it is good to help and cooperate and be part of bending ideas together. I think it's just for that generation, to be honest. Not even for the King Charles. I mean, he could be a good father to host the direction of events. You cannot split the world into good people and bad people. Like, if we don't want to grow up and admire those who inspire us to trust to do this better from people to the people. Of course, it does show some controversial changes if you suddenly see another script with the people, and it could be so much fun. I always fantasize to see Elon Musk and Prince William together, like from uniting both worlds for the from the future and the past to step in their own agenda, thanking the past as well, but saying, "Hey, we are doing something totally different." Like that generation was just, we are also crazy, but in another way. The thing is, Elon Musk has always shared a narrative that's been part of the mockery in internet. They create their culture of cryptocurrency that's against the old world and the elite. And I've seen their conversations for some time where, of course, they admit that there is no equality because those who've been before in cryptocurrency will get more. So it's also everybody is trying to strive to get more and be first. But anyways, today's Monday, the 28th of July. Really love to paint this room, even if I will move in a few months. Um, I'm very slow. I'm not very critical or judgmental to define uh, final judgment. Investments are very important. Where am I going to invest my energy? And with whom I would love to be and work? Yes, forgiveness and understanding is irrelevant for many, not for me. Would love to give awards to the best influencers of the world, that's for sure. But in the private, but I watch them, so it's already part of my privacy. Those familiar faces that make me feel like I am millions, so there are millions watching them as well. That's part of our generation. Oh yeah, I would like to pay people to paint this and put the boxes outside. I did this by myself with the music of Gwen Stefan. It's my shit. It's my shit. So I put in a loop and put all these boxes of books. And then I've been recovering from carpal tunnel for many weeks or 2 months. So I normally don't have pain, but my friend Anis says he will help. Very nice of him. I just want to help with the words and the books to help coordinate with best thinkers how the currency for the technological globe and the industry is going to go, since this is a fluctuation from industries that are international, and for helping with influencers to keep local, um, and talk about what are the best forms of evolving with technology, not for companies to be fighting because their investments are more important. When we see there are new forms of energy where we can consume, and you can win more energy if you invest on virtual reality and other forms of transportation to preserve the planet and going back to nature as well. We don't need more cities or small cities, 10-minute cities, 15-minute cities. The whole point is to protect the planet Earth, nature, and its animals, and how we stop consuming so much. Those trees can be grown again. So I will give the credit to Elon Musk and Prince William because I see he's doing the Earth shot and it's magnificent. They're also watching the world from a three-dimensional place, which is part of our generation, out of the planet Earth for first time in history, where we are coming with. So people can have a lot of ideas and investments against other people because they want to keep the whole world to consume energy in this way because it generates them a lot of money with oil. But you have more forms to produce money that is more interesting. So keep an eye open for what is ahead and be careful what you say because when people are angry, you know, when people are very, very hateful, you don't want to be around. You start to work very dysfunctional, to talk in nasty ways. You stop being pleasant. The praise is gone. No matter what Venezuela or Iran does, these are terms of their own countries, and with good relations is the only way to understand how long it takes to get to this dance. Yeah. So cheers, and let's see how we're moving. Bye. Enjoy the way, enjoy the summer. Make yourself be part of this. Say sorry if you have hurt many people. It doesn't matter what you say if you want to deny something in the court of the public domain. And people don't shout for anything. Something happened, and oh well, we'll see how this goes for whoever is capable of dealing with this power. Of course, he will have the capacity to deal with it. Um, all these dramas are not needed, really. Should be fun for everyone. So it takes time to prepare. Takes time to prepare to launch this to the world. So all influencers around the world can pick villages and go to their churches and their temples and start with this system that is yet to be talked about, is a technological system where you just create your casting of people, where everyone is learning to administrate and talk with one another to create what's needed. So everyone is an influencer as well, not just you. And you're not going to be the influencer of all the influencers unless you have an perfect image. So we do need to look up and we need to trust in authority, no matter if we know where it's coming from or not. But that the world is getting together, that is one of the greatest manifestations that humankind has ever done. And it takes more than a few to reach this level. So considering others is the most important task. Uh, People will sing and dance with glory for the freedom and trust to believe we can do better. I can assure you that it's going to happen with common sense, of course. So, bye, and yeah, once again, peace. The one who holds peace for the longer wins. That's in roleplay, at least. In the fantasy realms. You lose control, you lose. Bye. It's not really control, but a state of inner peace. You trust your people because you've done nothing but to them, you know? You can make better deals. Not from abusing others, of course. Yeah, bye. Look up. Those are good words we hear from one another. Thank you for working to making a better world. These are not just words we do. We have an economical system supporting, and it's not just America or one country or the other. This is to be universal. So consider this, that one can help with one's mind to translate it from one meaning to another just so America looks good. But when you start investing in other beliefs, when you think that's your only resource of income, and suddenly you start to invest in other beliefs, and the collective too is ready to have a second job with this. So more and more our children will learn how to use artificial intelligence, and at the same time enjoy being with nature, doing sports, and with humanity as humans. That is the answer.